Well, hello. How you doing there, Francisco?
Good, good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's been kind of a busy day today. It's after a very 4 day of doing nothing for me. It's been nice, and I'm growing my beard out for Alaska, so I look like I live there.
Oh yeah, that sounds cool. Heading out. That way you're gonna go ahead and marry your son.
Well, no, we're gonna go see him, and then he gets married. He comes down here in December, so
Awesome,
yeah, we're
awesome.
just gonna go visit. I'm not saying when, because you
Yeah,
don't need that problem.
yeah, no, interesting stuff. But yeah, I think today, like we were saying, we just kind of want to really touch on the this moment of opportunity and just going ahead and going out there, and even if you don't feel like you're quite there, at least just getting qualified and going out into the market and familiarizing yourself with what's available and just the ways that people are able to negotiate right now.
Right. Because a lot of people, I mean, we have clients who just got in to contract who, when I talked to them, the husband was going to school me on the stuff that somebody was doing for their credit, and they didn't need it to be done in order to be qualified. They were fine. And so once we went through that, next thing you know, they're out looking for homes within a week, and now they're in contract, and it's because what's available right now hasn't been available for a while. I mean, the houses have been, but not the opportunity to be able to get into a house, write the offer you want, get some money for closing costs potentially, do some other stuff. And that's huge right now. And people need to take this opportunity because it will be gone in a few more months.
Yes, yeah, and the other thing too is there's just like we said, the opportunities are there. It's not only present in just even being able to negotiate, but just even having the standard, right? That normal standard of having your contingencies. I was just speaking with somebody today too, and that was like one of the concerns, right? Is like, well, what'll happen with this? Like people got scared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because for a while they were like, man, from everything they heard, it's like, the house doesn't appraise, you're coming up and this and that. That's not really relevant anymore. I mean, I did have one, actually with helping out that couple we're helping out right now on another offer that we had submitted. Somebody actually had submitted an offer with no contingencies,
Right.
but that's something you do when you absolutely want a house. For a while it was kind of like you're settling for a house and having to do that. Now you have choices, options, and you can pick
choose, and it gives more strength to the buyers right now.
Correct. And sorry, sound was a little off there. I fixed it. And that's the most important thing is get out there before these opportunities go away, because they can go away very fast. Just like, I mean, if you look at most of June, I would say people were really scared, right? The smart ones in the beginning got into contract and they're like, I don't know a house, right? And they're so happy. And then we have been dealing with some rate issues, which they went up a little bit, but they've come down a little bit, and they're going to go up and down over this time. That's just how it works. So don't focus on where the rates are. Focus on, is that a payment that's affordable to you? And then, make some little changes in life to adjust that.
Right. Yeah, no, and it's crazy too. I feel we've recently also kind of ran into some, not issues, but just concerns, right? With some people that are fearful, and then get in a contract and they're like scrambling, their heads running, and they're like, man, are we going to be able to do this? Is this something that, we can handle on a monthly basis? And I mean, you really look at it, and then you also look at like the rental market, and it's like we always say, going from renting to being a homeowner, it is a big jump regardless. But, once you realize, I mean, yeah, you're going to be paying maybe 300, 700, whatever, $1,000 more even, right? But all that money is, like I tell everybody, don't only treat it as your house, but it's a big bank. You're building equity, and it's a nice, tangible asset.
Yeah, I mean, especially I went over this early on a few people today I was talking to about what happened with CoreLogic came out in where May came in 1.8% up, right? That year over year, that's 20% appreciation. So we're still appreciating at a huge number.
Right. And then, and you have everyone who says like, oh, the prices will drop and everything. I think, yeah, I mean, we're seeing some of these price drops, but for the course of history, as it's shown, and, even why I'm buying right now, right, is, I believe that, these values will continue to rise.
They will over time. But even if they only do a 0.5%, year over year in the past, over a 30-year period, we had a 4 to 5% appreciation,
right? That's still on a $400,000 home. That's still 20 grand that you've appreciated, right? So if you put 10% down, you put down $40,000. And if you appreciated 5% the first year, I think I have it over here. I think I have a banner from earlier. Let's see all right. So here, so there's CoreLogic saying we're going to go up only 5%. Well, they said we were only going to go up 4.3% a year ago. And we went up 20%.
Yeah.
You follow me? So what this says, a normal appreciation of only 5% or a little less. If you put down 10%, that means you would gain 20,000 in appreciation over the next year, which is a 50% return on your investment because you only put 10% down, which is 40,000.
Right.
Huge number. I mean, most people aren't even putting down 10%. They're putting down 3%.
Yeah. And then you really see the difference. And it's, that's what it's funny. When I'd gone, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, listened to like that economist kind of just speaking about everything. And he said, my dad was never rich, but my dad owned a house. And, because of that, it's like, and it's like what I try to express to everybody too. It's not only, when you're buying a house, are you buying, your home and putting a roof over your head, but you're buying security and you're also just buying what technically, opportunities. A lot of the times people don't understand that, as you're putting in the equity and everything, and let's say something comes up, you have means and you have value and it's all there, and you see it. And again, it's a gradual increase as we've been seeing time and time again, year by year.
Well, I'm just glad like somebody you understands that. I know you're an agent, but I mean, in your age range, a lot of people are like, I don't want to buy. I just want to live and not worry about it. But that's the problem. Then all of a sudden, you got to notice, get out. But if you own the property, you don't have that same problem. Plus, if you're single and you own the property, get a roommate, have them take over one of the, or her, whatever, take over one of the rooms and pay you I'm sure a studio apartment's $800 to $1,000. So, that would help you with your payment. Right. And that's what, some of these people who are buying, they're like, how am I going to make this happen? Well, as I tell people, cut out the Starbucks, cut out eating out every night. I know some of my kids they used to eat 3 times a day out. How do you survive doing that?
I'm guilty.
Yeah. See, you're doing it. So, and that's some things, little changes you can make,
Right. And it's nice too. I mean, because me also jumping into home ownership as well, it's funny. I mean, I always talk to my girlfriend about this. I'm bad sometimes, like with money, and even just when I go out to eat, it's like my dad always told me, right? He's like, when it comes to food or whatever, whatever you're doing, you go out to eat, you're going to go ahead and, you treat yourself, right? Like you earned it or whatever. But again, I mean, they're wants, and I think what's a bigger need than, obviously eating out is, again, that security and that home and that investment that you start out with. Right now too, I'm actually helping another guy. He was actually in my grade and it's crazy. He's buying and like we're kind of buying at the same time. It was weird. I'd been working with him for such a long time too, but now that he's buying and everything, he's like 21, 22 as well. And I'm like, it's crazy. It's nice to see it. And even with him, the way he's managing his money is insane. I mean, he's going to take on probably like, I think like a $30,000, $3,500 payment as well. He's going by himself, I'm renting it out, but he himself is really, really good at just, managing his money. And when you can do that, I mean, he's got a nice truck and he's going to have a nice house in a gated community at 21 years old. That, if he could do it, I know a lot of people can. And even what I told my cousin, even I know kind of like the last episode, we were kind of talking about it, but just from what I had told her, it's you can't, in the future, you're going to look back at those things and you're going to say, man, that wasn't worth it. But you look back at a home purchase, it's always worth it.
Right. Especially now. I mean, I know people say there's no bubble. There's no, the only thing that's going to happen is maybe slow down appreciation, but I don't even see that happen. The numbers I saw were still adding 200,000 homes to the deficit that we have of homes that we need to build right now. That's the problem. So we're not even getting rid of the deficit. We're still adding to it. Until we stop adding to it and starting to take away from it, we're going to be in this problem for 19, 20 years.
Right. Yeah, no. And another thing too, I mean, I know it's a little weird, like with new homes and stuff. I always tell people, you know, with new homes, they're even starting to give out like free solar and stuff like that. And a lot of the times, I mean, they try to obviously, you know, get you to work with like their specific lenders and everything, which is another big thing that I always tell everybody. Still go through with, you know, your lender and everything, because, you know, once you look at the fine print and you look at everything long term, it's probably still going to end up better, you know, with somebody outside or whatever.
Yeah, you have to, because I always tell people nothing's for free in this world.
Right.
Somebody's paying for it somewhere. It's not for free. I was surprised about the solar. It wasn't included in the price to begin with. That's what shocked me when I heard, because it's like, by California law, you have to have it on the house. Well, you have to buy it or you have to lease it. It should be included in the price of the house. Build that in. And they say, well, we can't make sure of the value. Yes, you can. It's your house. You're setting the value. You're setting the price point. Yes, you can. You just make that excuse.
Yeah, no, you know, and that's why a lot of the times I try to, you know, yes, new homes and everything. I mean, they have their place and stuff, but I always vouch for resale too. I mean, it's, you know, it's like they say when you buy a new car, right?
Well, the problem is also the price point for most new first-time home buyers isn't in a new home, because new homes, they can't build them for the price point that you need for the first-time home buyers. That's one of your issues.
Yeah, that's the big one, big catch-22, right? And then, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think how, you know, for a while, I mean, I remember even like in Patterson and stuff, you know, you could get these new homes with KB for like $350, $370. That's out the door.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, no.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's just get with one of us so we can qualify you. We can tell you what you can do, and then you can go out and go shopping and figure it out. But you need to not think you can't do it. Usually the people who think they can't do it are the ones who can do it.
Yeah. And I think, you know, and it's that same fear that you start applying even when you move in, you know, that fear of like, oh, you know, this is the payment I have to make and everything. You really understand it and grasp it. And those people, you know, you can, and you don't even have to live like a frugal lifestyle. You know, you don't have to be completely just, you know, no more fun, no more anything. You know, it's just about managing it more, just honing in on it a lot more, and really seeing the importance of every single purchase you're making.
I totally agree. And by the time within a few months, you're going to go, wow, this is easy to make. I can't believe I was worried about it. Right? And don't forget, when you first buy your house, you don't have a payment for 45 to 60 days. So yeah. So that you have that little period of time to put extra money aside to help you out.
Right. Yeah, no. So,
all right. Well, anything else?
No, I think, you know, it's just, again, like we're saying, just get out there, you know,
right.
Definitely just.
This is an opportunity. Do not waste it, because you're going to look back at this one point in time and say, I wish I would have taken advantage of that.
100%.
And then I'll put you in my book saying that you didn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, no. Then we got to work you up and get you ready again.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Make it a great day. Thank you, Francisco, for coming in and talking to us.
No, thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Everybody have a great day.